Hey, what's up guys? Luke Profits. This video is going to be about the first 3 months of dropshipping on Amazon. When you're a brand new seller, or even if you say you created an account years ago and it's been sitting and you haven't really done with it. I'm talking about the first 3 months. It doesn't mean like necessarily timeline, the first 3 months of when the account was created, just your first 3 months of actually selling and getting serious. There are very certain things that you need to do to avoid getting your account suspended. You cannot dropship from big retailers right away. You can't dropship from Walmart, Home Depot, Target, Lowe's, any of those really big, Costco, anything like that, any really big retailer. You don't want to dropship from them initially. You got to start with like really small suppliers that are not going to cause issues, because Amazon's algorithms are looking at your account very intensely, very closely, and just sort of scrutinizing every little thing that you do. So you don't want to be suspicious. Dropshipping is totally allowed on Amazon. They just don't like it when you ship items from suppliers that basically will send like branded packaging like Target or Walmart. It's going to be come in a box that's branded on the side, says the name. Amazon wants it to come in just plain packaging with no invoices, and they're totally cool with dropshipping. It's just when you're a new account, since a lot of those big retailers do ship in the branded packaging like that, you basically want to avoid that stuff while they're looking at your account super, really scrutinizing everything that your account is doing. And then after you've kind of gotten past that initial, really close review of everything you're doing on your account, then you can start shipping from those retailers and it's fine and you're not gonna have any issues. It's just initially your first like 3 months. And again, like not 3 months chronologically, but 3 months of doing what I'm about to explain. So the main thing that we're trying to avoid here is called the velocity review or account review, which basically just means you're selling too much stuff too quickly. What the heck? I need a lot more information and we're scared, so we're gonna suspend you until you give us that information. And it's annoying, it's a pain. You don't want to have to deal with this. It's something that it's a pain. To avoid the velocity review, this is very important. Write it down on your forehead with Sharpie so you can see it every time you look in the mirror if you have to. What you got to do to avoid the velocity review is sell less than $10,000 a month for 3 months consecutively. If you go over that $10,000 a month mark, they're gonna freak out and you're gonna get suspended right off the bat, the velocity review. So less than $10,000 a month for 3 months consecutively, right? They're 90 days. But you also have to be selling more than $2,000 a month, or it's not even gonna help, right? So more than $2,000, less than $10,000, right? And you got to do that for 3 months in a row. Month one, say like $4,000. Month two, $6,000. Month three, $8,000, something like that. It's even better if you can, sort of do it like that, so it looks like a slow, gradual increase where you know what you're doing. It'd be a little bit more suspicious to do 9,000, 3,000, 9,000 again. You want sort of like a slow, steady growth. So like 3 or 4, 5 or 6, 7 or 8, something like that. It keeps you between that more than $2,000, less than $10,000. I'm just going to say it a few more times. More than $2,000, less than $10,000, more than $2,000, less than $10,000, more than $2,000, less than $10,000. Yes, that's right. And do that for 3 months in a row. 4 months if you're, OCD and you want to be absolutely sure. And then it's pretty much safe to scale from then. So you can go after you've done that for 3 months consecutively, it's safe to grow beyond that and, start doing 10,000, you wouldn't want to go from 10,000 to 100,000 in a month, because that is a little bit crazy. You got to sort of do a slow, sustained growth. But it's just the first 3 months that you don't want to go over 10,000, and then feel free to just slowly start increasing your account, as much as you want, but just don't go absolutely nuts. Don't like 10x your account in a month. But you can start working up to whatever you want to be doing in a month there. Now, like I said earlier, you also, while you're being watched really closely, while you're at risk of the velocity review, you don't want to be selling from the big main box retailers like Walmart, Target, Home Depot. I sort of already talked about this, but don't sell from any of those big box retailers, because while your account is being closely reviewed, you're at extra high risk of that velocity review happening. It can cause issues. You just don't want to list from any of those big box retailers. You're going to want to use really small suppliers. I'm going to throw out a couple names here, but any small supplier is fine. Like any small supplier that is not one of those big box retailers is great, and go ahead and use it. So some suppliers that people have used is like Webstaurant. I use Zorro, Boscov's. Those are some good ones. There are a bunch of others. Just anything that is kind of relatively small that maybe doesn't ship in their own branded packaging, anything like that. It's totally fine to drop ship from. You just don't want to do the big main box retailers until after you have passed those first 3 months of the craziness going on. Also, another thing that's good to be aware of is that during those first 3 months, it's a little bit harder to get sales because it's harder to get the buy box. Now, you can get the buy box as a brand new account, but it's a lot harder because part of getting the buy box is based on sort of your previous account history and stuff like that. I've got a whole video talking about, I've got one video talking about the buy box and what it is. So boop, I'll put a card to that if I forgot. Let me know in the comments. And then I've also got another video that's all about sort of the details of can you get the buy box as a brand new seller and some sort of tips that will help you get sales even if you don't have the buy box. So if you want to see that, go ahead and click that video. You already know what the buy box is. So I guess I didn't even need to link that first one, but I did anyway. What the heck. Watch that second one because it gives you a lot of tips while it is hard in your first several months. Getting the buy box sort of gives you some tips and other ways to make sales on Amazon without having the buy box. Then once you got a little bit of history with Amazon, they're like, okay, we trust this guy. They've been doing a great job taking care of customers, keeping on top of their metrics, all that stuff. They start trusting you, which means they're going to give you the buy box. So it becomes very easy to get sales once you've got a bit of an established account, but there's some sort of other, methods. So go ahead, click on that guy up there that gives you those tips on that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. After the first 3 months, like I said, Amazon just starts giving you the buy box. It becomes very easy to get sales. And the thing that you have to be actually super careful of is not to sell too much because Amazon only releases the money and gives it to you every 2 weeks. So it can be a problem if, sales are great, you're selling a ton, but you sell so much that you can't fill the orders while you're waiting for Amazon to give you the money from the buyers. So that's a common thing that, a lot of people have trouble with is just growing too fast. They sell, they're doing great, they're getting tons of sales, they sell so much stuff that they don't have the credit available to fill the orders that they got, and because they have to wait 2 weeks for Amazon to pay it back to you. So that can be another thing, because if you have a bunch of orders that you can't fill, then you're gonna have to either cancel them or figure something out. It's gonna not look good for your account metrics because you're not supposed to cancel orders. So a common mistake is people get greedy, they get all these sales, they can't fill the orders. Oh no, now I'm suspended and I can't use Amazon anymore. That's not what you want to have happen. So you want to look for slow, sustainable growth where you're not maxing all your cards and, barely figuring everything out. You want to be comfortable, slow, sustainable growth and, work everything out from there. Because if you end up growing too fast, you're going to cause yourself issues. You're playing a dangerous game there if you're growing so fast, getting so many sales, and then you can't fill your orders. That's really the main catch is you don't want to grow so fast that you can't fill your orders. It can even help sometimes to sort of plan out in advance. You can sort of write down, what's your maximum and figure out, make sure you're staying close to it because you don't want to accidentally sell too much. Well, guys, that's it for the video. If you're new to dropshipping on Amazon and you're trying to figure out how to get started, I've got a full free set of training videos down there, link in the description. It goes over everything you need to know to get started dropshipping on Amazon. And Amazon's great because compared to other platforms, it's actually super easy to get sales with very few listings because there's so many more buyers on Amazon and so many few sellers that you're competing with compared to other platforms like eBay. If you've got any questions about anything dropshipping related, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link down there, as well as a link to a group that I started that has hundreds of other dropshippers in it that you can join. I post new content on this channel every few days, so go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications, and I'll be back with another video in a couple days.